What if I told you that nearly 2,000 years ago, Jesus himself wrote letters to his people? Letters that warned, praised, and pleaded. These weren't just words for the churches of ancient times. They are written for you, for me, for today. These letters warn us, challenge us, and promise us eternal rewards. Today, we begin our journey with Ephesus, the epicenter of Christianity in its time. This church was planted in the midst of a bustling city, an influential, wealthy hub full of commerce and idolatry. Jesus praised Ephesus for its hard work, for their dedication to sound doctrine, and for standing against false teachers. This church did not tolerate wickedness. They labored relentlessly for the truth. But Jesus also had a painful rebuke for them. I hold this against you. You have forsaken your first love. What did that mean? Despite all their good works and their unshakable doctrine, the passion, the love they once had for Christ had faded. They had grown cold. Busy, yes. Zealous for truth, yes. But the fire in their hearts, it was barely flickering. And that's the warning for us today. We can be consumed with serving, teaching, doing all the right thing. But if we lose the love, the relationship with Jesus, we're missing the point. Jesus says to Ephesus, repent and do the things you did at first. If you do not repent, I will come to you and remove your lampstand from its place. The lampstand represents the church's influence, its light in a dark world. But what happens when that light dims? When we lose sight of what matters most? It's not too late. Jesus offers the church in Ephesus a way back. Remember, repent, return to your first love. The letter to Ephesus is a warning. The busyness of life, the distractions of the world can easily cause us to drift. But Jesus is calling us to reignite the flame of love for him. Next, we turn our attention to Smyrna, a church that faced the harsh reality of persecution. Unlike Ephesus, where complacency crept in, Smyrna was a community of believers who lived in the crucible of suffering. Jesus opens his letter with encouragement. I know your afflictions and your poverty, yet you are rich. What a profound statement. To the world, they appeared poor and marginalized, yet in the eyes of Christ, they were rich beyond measure. Smyrna was known for its loyalty to Rome, but this also meant they faced severe consequences for their faith. The pressure to conform was immense. They endured slander, social ostracism, and a very real threat of imprisonment. How relevant is that today? In many parts of the world, Christians face similar challenges. Faith can lead to isolation, loss of employment, even violence. Jesus reminds Smyrna and us that true riches are found not in material possessions, but in faithfulness to him. Jesus doesn't sugarcoat the truth. He warns them of impending suffering. Do not be afraid of what you are about to suffer, he says. But he also offers a promise. Be faithful, even to the point of death, and I will give you the crown of life. The crown of life. It symbolizes victory, not just in this life, but in eternity. For the believers in Smyrna, the call was clear: endure. In a world that seeks to silence and suppress, their faith became a testament to the power of God's love. What would it take for us to stand firm in our faith? Would we endure persecution for the sake of Christ? Would we remain faithful when the pressures of society weigh heavy on us? Jesus acknowledges their struggles, but doesn't leave them without hope. Their suffering has a purpose, and like the Smyrnans, we must find strength in our trials, trusting that God sees and values our faithfulness. Let the church in Smyrna inspire us. We may not face the same level of persecution, but we all encounter challenges to our faith. Are we standing strong? Are we lifting each other up in prayer? Are we living out the love of Christ in a world that desperately needs it? Thank you for joining us on this journey through the letters to the churches. If you found this message meaningful, please like and subscribe to our channel. In our next video, we'll explore the churches of Pergamum and Thyatira, uncovering their powerful messages and relevance to our lives today.